stuff. Run out the shot, run out the shot.
Oh, he's uncertain. Oh, he's shaking. Hi guys, I've been meaning to do this review for such a long time now. I got this HAAG Capisco PULS chair. It's from the makers of Star Trek, so they make some really good chairs. This is my boyfriend George. He's a personal trainer and he's going to be inspecting my posture.
To make sure it lives up to what the chair suggests.
This was the chair that came with my art desk over there. It's a standard stool, there's no support on it. And it did my back in really badly, and I thought if I'm going to invest in one thing, I might as well invest in a chair because I'm going to use it forever.
I've been on it 5 minutes and already this is my posture.
It's got this tiny bit of padding here. You could get the version which had padding like all around here and all around here, which I thought wouldn't be very good for summer because it would be quite sweaty and hot. First bad point is that when you're sitting on it this way round, which is like the main reason you'd get this chair, is it really rubs your legs here because it's all like hard plastic. So I tend to put a pillow here, so it's not a big deal. Probably the only bad point about it is because, as George is going to show you, my posture has improved greatly.
Well, I think I'm just analysing you here, aren't I?
This is the first stool that I used for, I think it was about 2 years I used this. I found it fine, but I would find after a few hours I start getting... Oh yeah.
Hello.
I used this for about 2 years and I thought it was fine. Like I didn't, because obviously I'm still young, and there wasn't much like pain or anything like that. It was just like my back would get really fatigued after a long day of drawing and I'd just not want to draw anymore. Because you're basically just sat in one position all day. The whole thing with the HAAG Capisco chair is that there's multiple ways to sit on it, so you're moving around all day. It's really bad for you to sit in one position basically. But yeah, George is now going to analyse my posture in this stool. I'm just going to have a little bit of a draw while he talks for a minute so that I can get in a realistic position of how I would be drawing.
So you can see by Grace's posture here, like her spine appears to be nice and straight, but her shoulders are really rounded and her head is tilted down. This isn't a straight spine, this isn't arched, especially at the top. So anytime you've got your arms in front of your body like this is instantly going to cause your shoulders to round forward, and it's going to result in a tight chest. But also it's going to mean that your trapezius, and your trapezius is a big muscle all the way up your upper back into your neck, kind of looks like a stingray going down your upper back. That's going to become really, really loose and just not used at all. Not working that the whole time, then they basically fall to sleep and they become lazy muscles. And a lot of us have this in the lower back, a lot of us have it in our glutes, our hamstrings, and the upper trapezius. And in fact, it's something that I developed over time as well. And you're going to be really tight here, and your shoulders are going to be pushed forwards, and you're going to develop sort of like a natural hunch, a natural arch in the top of your back, but it's not supposed to be that way. Yeah, if you're going to be sitting on one of these day after day, first thing is throw it out because you just don't want to be doing that. I would recommend getting up and walking around every 20 minutes, maybe doing some squats, sitting down on a sofa, standing up, do a few sets of those. It's one of those things that most people won't do, but most people have some sort of problem. So the main thing is to keep getting up frequently and moving. Humans aren't supposed to be sat all day. They're just not designed that way. But one thing you can do is actively pull your shoulders back. At least this way you're still activating your trapezius muscles. They're working, they're not going to sleep. They're actually awake and working. But yeah, just kind of pushing your neck back rather than letting it come forwards, because unfortunately when you get used to this position, it becomes your current position.
It's very comfortable.
It can be, it can feel comfy, yeah. But after a while it's going to cause a lot of issues. And oftentimes where you're feeling pain, that's not necessarily the start of the problem, it could be the end of the problem. So if you've got knee pain, it might not be that the pain in your knee is actually coming from your knee, it could be that it's coming from your serratus muscles, which are your side muscles, and they're not active at all. So because they're loose, it's pulling on your hips is pulling on your quads, which attach to your knee, so you've got knee pain. So it's the end of the problem. It's the same, it's a lot the same thing with posture. Like Grace might have pain in her neck, but it's not actually from being over like this all day, exactly. And you might think, oh, I've got pain in my neck here because my head is down all day. It could be just because your lumbar spine isn't naturally curved, and so that's then pulling on your lat muscles, and that's pulling on your traps, and it goes up and up. So this is why I always say it's best to have that holistic approach and look at it from a whole perspective rather than, oh, I've got neck pain, oh, I've got shin pain.
Check the chips aren't burning. While George is checking on the chips, I'm just going to show you some main features of this chair. Up and down there, and then we have one, basically, it's like the lock, so you can have it locked in place, so like that's not, well, that seems a bit flimsy, but it's normally when you're sitting on it, it's really locked in place, that's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, that one's locked in place, that's not going anywhere, and then you can change that lock on there. Why does that look so rubbish? Let me just get on it. So sitting on this chair like this is the main reason I got it. This bit here is going to support the front of you, and it's the only chair I found that had this kind of mechanism. So you can lean forward like that. But like I said, with this version, you do have to put a pillow between your legs, otherwise it gets really achy. You could get the padded one for an extra £300 though. So then you are more like this than hunched over. You're kind of, it straightens your back and it gives you some support from the front.
No, you're right, it does definitely straighten your back, especially at the top here. The spine is nice and straight now, because last time she was really having to physically hunch over, but this time everything's nice.
And I'm not feeling the tension in my lower back now.
You're not feeling it?
No, like, I'm not,
No.
because I don't feel like I have to straighten it.
Good. Oh no, it's because you're having to lean forwards onto it. Your abs are having to engage to keep yourself in that sort of position of not being hunched over but sort of falling forwards, if you know what I mean, and this is what's preventing you from falling flat on the table. So you're having to engage your core and take your lower back out of it slightly more, and you can also see that the sort of the natural curve of your lumbar spine has come back significantly, and that's because of the pelvic tilt here that's coming back naturally from having this position. It's just this downward position is what's doing it, whereas normally when you don't have this chair, you've got nothing to support your weight, so this is having to do all the work to hold your body up. You're trying to, gravity's pulling you down, but you're having to keep yourself up, and as a result, in time, everything starts hunching over and over and over. By the time you're 50, you know, you literally got a hunchback. But because,
it looks uncomfortable on camera.
But a lot of this is starting, and your side muscles as well are coming into play, and just the way that your legs go down there, and I really like these bits as well.
Yeah, these bits are good because you can rest your arms on it, and you can also use it to like click your back.
And if that hurts, by the way, don't do it.
First got this, like you know, when your heart drops in your mouth, so you think you're going to fall off a cliff or something. It's really hard to like start going back and stuff and getting used to this chair because it kind of just moves with you. This is one of the other hard parts. Getting out of the chair from this position, so I tend to just roll around the house all day. And it goes really low as well, and it also goes quite high, so if you're short like me, it fits you as well as the tall person.
Yeah, it's good to be a little bit lower down as well rather than too high, because when it's too high you have to start hunching, but when it's low and your arms are up here, sort of in line with your elbows, that's a great way to be. Also, a standing desk is really good. Maybe not for an artist, someone who's doing it for like 8 hours a day.
Work at easels and that's better.
Yeah, but you know, if you're standing, that's always going to be better than sitting. But if you are sitting, this is definitely good. I mean, there's an easy test that you can do right now. If you stand up and hold your thumbs out like this, and completely relax, and see what happens to them. So mine aren't too bad. If yours are like this, which most people are, so their thumbs are coming together, it means that everything up here is tight and everything here is really, really super loose. And what we want to do is we want to build strength here, natural strength, and then we want to loosen up these muscles with stretches, some foam roller. It should literally be like this, like you're giving someone a big thumbs up right here.
So this is position 2 of the chair, and you can lock it on this side. So if you lock it, it's not going anywhere, it feels really sturdy and nice. And you can put your arms back on these things, which helps your spine to straighten.
And that's bringing the shoulders back and activating your trapezius. Remember that stingray muscle I was talking to you about? This one here. Bringing that back is really going to activate this area.
And it's not like you're going to be sitting there drawing like this, but it's good to just do, because it kind of reminds yourself that your muscles are there. Like, it's a nice stretch. You can twist it like this, kind of lean on the side, and just draw while you're leaning. It feels quite comfortable after like hour 3, and you just want to slouch, you can slouch to the side rather than slouching over, and it just gives you a bit of variety in your slouches.
Yeah, and you're right.
And you can unlock it so you can just go like this, do a stretch over the top.
So basically it's very good. If I was an artist, I'd 100% buy one.
Yeah, if you were sitting all day you would.
Definitely.
I think that's all I have to say about this chair now.
Yeah.
The only bad points about it are the lack of cushioning where it matters and the price. Obviously it's £260. You can find, like, I've been recommended dentist chairs. I can't remember what they're called now, but they're the ones that the dentists like zoom around on. Could be better made for the price. Actually, can you see those little?
I can see.
You know, bit of manufacturing fault with the makers of Star Trek there.
You can
You don't
probably
really look at that.
clearly tell she's not sponsored. So she's not getting paid to advertise this. She's doing it out of the kindness of her heart because she wants you all to have a good posture. Definitely give her a like, a share.
And this does seem to be an issue that we all have as artists.
But like I was saying, make sure in response to not being a sponsored video, give it a like, a share, a comment, a subscribe, and all that good stuff.
And this is what I've been working on.
And there's a elephant.
You just did that at the worst time. It's a cat.
Love how you say to everyone, it's a cat. It's obviously not a crocodile, is it?
Could be. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know if you're going to look into getting this chair. I had a lot of people replying to my Instagram story about it. So sorry this is a really late review, but I feel like I've given it a good test run. If you have the money going, it's a good investment. Invest in your spine and your health and your wealth and your self. That's a good. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and I also forgot, if you want exclusive content and long drawing tutorials, head over to my Patreon at Grace Murray Art, and I've also got lots of goodies on my website if you head over there for budding artists and commission artists alike. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, and I wish you all happy drawing.